In Unit 3, Lesson Learning Set 3, you're going to learn about loan calculations and regression. And the objective for this lesson learning set is to use formulas and regression analysis to make loan calculations in order to make credit decisions. So the first thing we're going to look at is understanding an online loan calculator. So in an online loan calculator, you would enter in your loan information, your loan amount, your interest rate, your term, which is how long your loan is going to last. In this case, it's 15 years, and the start date. And from that, the loan calculator online will calculate your monthly payment, and it will also tell you what the total interest paid is over the life of your loan. So if we look below it, you'll end up getting a payment schedule, which shows you the months of your payments, how much of your payment goes towards principal and how much goes towards interest, and then what your new loan balance will be after each monthly payment. So you will notice that your monthly payment is actually your principal paid plus your interest paid. So if I were to take $302.01 and add it to $625, it would match my monthly payment amount. And that happens with each month. Now, if we look at the schedule, you'll notice that at first, the amount that counts towards the principal of your loan, the amount you originally borrowed, actually gets bigger the more that you pay off on your loan. And the interest paid, it gets smaller the longer that your loan goes on. And that's because as your principal gets smaller, then the amount that's calculated for interest is also going to reduce. So if you're being wise with your loan, if you can make extra payments at the beginning of your loan when your loan balance is so high, in the end, it will actually have you not paying as much interest towards the end of the loan, and it buys you a little time. So let's look at this first example. Determine the total interest owed on a 5-year $10,000 loan at 6% APR. And we know that 5-year is our time, 10,000 is our payment, or not payment, principal, that's the amount we borrowed, and 6% is our rate. So we first need to figure out what our monthly payment is using our monthly payment formula. So we've identified our 3 variables. We have figured out we have figured out the monthly payment formula and put it on here, and now we're going to fill it in. And once we fill it in, we find that we have $193.33 monthly payment. So this is the amount that you have to pay each month. After that, we now need to figure out how much did we actually pay on this loan. And you do that by taking your monthly payment and multiplying it times the number of payments that you actually make on the loan. Well, if it's a monthly payment and it's a 5-year loan, we need to figure out how many periods we are actually paying. So we would take our 5 and multiply it times 12 months because there are 12 months in a year. So that tells us we would actually make 60 payments over the life of the loan. And from there, we would then need to figure out how much money we actually paid. So we would take our 60 payments times 193.33, and that would mean that we would pay a total amount of $11,599.80. So this was the total paid back. Okay, so now from here, we would then take our total monthly payments of $11,599.80, subtract what our original loan amount was for, which was $10,000, and that would tell us how much we actually paid in interest. So on this loan, we actually paid $1,599.80 in interest. So let's do another example. Hannah is taking out a 4.3% loan, which is our rate, to purchase an $18,000 car, which is our principal amount. The length of the loan is 8 years, so our time would be 8. How much is she going to pay in interest? So once again, to figure out the interest, we need to figure out how much did we actually pay for this car. So we would take our variables that we identified, plug it into the monthly payment formula, and that would tell us that we paid $221.93 each month for this car. So now to figure out how much we paid in all, once again, we need to figure out how many payments we actually made on the car. So that would be 8 years times 12 months in each year. So we made payments for 96 months. Now we need to figure out how much the total amount we actually paid is. So we would take our monthly payment times our number of months that we paid, and we actually paid $21,305.28 on the car. So to once again figure out the interest, we're going to take how much we paid, the $21,305.28, subtract our principal amount, what the car was actually bought for, $18,000, and that means Hannah paid $3,305.28 in interest on her car loan.